Remember a day when I haven't cried? So, believe me, I can actually see where the thing or whatever it is, it lives. So, what happens when my face is sinking in? When I touch some area, it jumps to the other side. I am so sick of the narrative that I'm sitting around having plastic surgery all the time. First of all, I can't afford it if I wanted it. Her face is melting away from a mystery parasite. She spent over $113,000 trying to fix it, and she's broke. And she's been accused of inappropriate behavior so serious that an entire season got canceled. Brandi Glanville's life just imploded, and what I'm about to reveal is absolutely devastating. You know Brandi Glanville as the pot stirrer from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The woman who said what everyone was thinking, the villain we love to hate. The messy drunk who made great TV, but that version of Brandi is gone. Behind the scenes, a woman whose face is being destroyed by a mystery illness. Someone who spent six figures on medical bills and still doesn't have answers. A reality star accused of crossing major boundaries with a castmate so badly that Bravo canceled an entire season. And someone who's been blacklisted from the network that made her famous. This is the real story of Brandi Glanville's downfall, and it's darker than you could imagine. January 2023. Brandi is filming Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4 in Morocco. The cast includes Caroline Manzo from Real Housewives of New Jersey, Vicki Gunvalson from RHOBH, and several other former housewives. On the third day of filming, things take a dark turn. According to Caroline's lawsuit filed in January 2024, Brandi was making crude, inappropriate comments all day. She compared a pepper to male anatomy, shouting crude things. When a chef corrected her technique with a potato peeler, Brandi snapped, "I know. This is what I want to do." Caroline reprimanded her, saying her behavior put American women in a bad light. Brandi's response, "Shut up. This is my vacation. I'll do what I want." But the real incident happened that night. According to Caroline's lawsuit, Brandi allegedly forcibly kissed her multiple times without consent. Then Brandi followed Caroline to the bathroom. Inside, with the door locked, Brandi allegedly crossed major physical boundaries. Caroline objected, saying, "I think it's time for you to leave," and adding, "I got hurt." The lawsuit claims producers were listening to the interaction on audio, but never opened the door or took any other action to intervene. Caroline texted her husband and children that same evening about the alleged incident. The next morning, Brandi allegedly sent a text saying, "I'm sorry I made you feel uncomfortable." Both women left Morocco early. The season was canceled. It will never air. Bravo lost millions. Caroline sued Bravo, NBC Universal, Warner Brothers, and the production companies for creating a hostile work environment and negligence. She did not name Brandi as a defendant, instead positioning both of them as victims of producers who encouraged drinking and outrageous behavior for ratings. Brandi's response, she called it a setup. She claimed producers told her what to do and she was just following instructions. But the damage was done. Brandi was effectively blacklisted from Bravo. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The Morocco incident wasn't Brandi's first offense. It was part of a pattern. During Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2 in the Berkshires, Brandi allegedly behaved inappropriately towards Marco the butler. According to Marco, Brandi and Phaedra Parks took things too far with him. Brandi's defense, "I was doing what production told me to." That excuse is getting old and it's not working anymore. Caroline's lawsuit specifically cited Brandi's history on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Seasons 2 through 5 as evidence of her prior deviant proclivities and conduct. The lawsuit stated defendants had overwhelming prior notice of Ms. Glanville's prior deviant proclivities and conduct. Translation: Bravo knew Brandi had a history of crossing lines, and they cast her anyway because her behavior was good for ratings. And Brandi? She kept blaming producers. In social media posts included in Caroline's lawsuit, Brandi wrote, "Producers may not shove the alcohol down our throats, but they sure do encourage it even in Morocco during the day where it's illegal to drink." She also wrote about a different incident. "They pretty much told me to rip his shirt off. I was doing what I was told. But here's the problem. At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own actions. You can't blame producers for everything, especially when you're being accused of major boundary violations. October 2023. 8 months after Morocco. Brandi collapses at home. Her face and lips swell up. She experiences anaphylactic shock. She's rushed to the hospital and thus begins a medical nightmare. That's now been going on for over 2 years. Brandi claims she has a facial parasite, something jumping around her face causing swelling, lumps, and disfigurement. In December 2024, Brandi went public with photos of her sagging, disfigured face. The images were shocking. Her face looked completely different, unrecognizable. What happened? I wish I knew, she wrote. I've been in and out of the hospital this past year and spent almost every dollar I have trying to figure it out. Some doctors say I have a parasite that jumps around my face. Some say it's stress-induced edema. I personally say it's Bravo. Yes, Brandi is blaming Bravo for her mystery illness. She believes the stress from the Morocco allegations caused her condition. In December 2024, Brandi revealed more disturbing symptoms. She'd lost 5 teeth. The parasite was causing painful lumps in her face that produced a constant oily, foul-tasting drainage into her mouth. The acidic substance was eating away at her teeth. Think about that. Her teeth are literally dissolving because of whatever's in her face. Dr. Terry Dubrow from Botched got involved in January 2025. He performed 4 biopsies of her face and neck. He told TMZ he believed it was an infectious process or a foreign body reaction to something she's had injected, either bacterial or fungal. Dr. Dubrow said Brandi was like a ticking time bomb, and every minute that microorganism is allowed to stay in her skin, she could suffer worse for it. But Brandi insists it's a parasite. She believes she contracted it in Morocco while filming Ultimate Girls Trip. In April 2025, Brandi revealed the financial toll of her mystery illness. I'm out of funds, she told Us Weekly. I'm out over 6 figures at this point. 6 figures? Over $113,000 spent on medical tests, treatments, and doctor visits. And she still doesn't have a definitive diagnosis. Brandi explained she exhausted her health insurance coverage early on. She was forced to see doctors outside her insurance plan because the doctors at Kaiser had no clue. When doctors at Cedars-Sinai put her on 4 antibiotics and fungal medication, she got better. Her face looked normal, but she couldn't afford to stay on the medications. They fell outside her insurance coverage. I don't have the means to go anywhere at this point, Brandi said. I'm online every day going down a different rabbit hole. It's exhausting. It's all-consuming. She hasn't worked in 2 years. The facial disfigurement has made it impossible. She hasn't socialized. She stopped dating. She told her podcast listeners in December 2024, I have not had intimate contact with anyone since last October. I haven't kissed or made out with anyone. Her entire life has stopped because of this illness, and she's broke trying to fix it. If Brandi's situation wasn't already dire enough, in August 2025, she did something that shocked everyone. She used Nair hair removal cream on her face to try to kill the parasite. Yes, you read that correctly. Brandi applied a harsh chemical hair removal product to her already damaged facial skin. She posted a TikTok video showing severe chemical burns on her cheeks, chin, and arms. Her skin was red, blotchy, and visibly damaged. I know I look attractive, she said sarcastically in the video. So, good news. You guys don't have to spend a lot of money on peels and lasers anymore. Brandi explained she realized that exfoliating her skin pisses off the parasite. So, she thought Nair would help. It didn't. She gave herself chemical burns on top of everything else. Instead of seeking professional medical care for the burns, Brandi treated them holistically at home. Fans started expressing serious concern. Some wondered if Brandi was experiencing delusional parasitosis, a psychiatric condition where someone falsely believes they're infested with parasites. Dr. Dubrow had already contested Brandi's parasite claim. Multiple doctors have said it's likely bacterial or fungal, not a parasite. But Brandi refuses to accept that. She even named the alleged parasite Caroline as a cruel jab at Caroline Manzo. The fact that she's self-medicating with Nair and treating chemical burns at home suggests Brandi is not in a good mental state. In March 2025, Brandi posted a heartbreaking update on social media. "I've been faking it," she wrote. "I'm miserable. My best friend's been in the ICU for 2 weeks and isn't getting better. My face is worse than ever. It's literally melted away." Let that sink in. Her face has melted away. She continued, "When doctors at Cedars put me on 4 antibiotics and fungal medication, I was getting better. I looked normal, but I couldn't afford to stay on them." Translation: Brandi knows what treatment works, but she's too broke to afford it. In April 2025, Brandi revealed on Tori Spelling's Misspelling podcast that she had been contemplating dark thoughts for 6 months following Caroline Manzo's 2023 allegations. 6 months of struggling mentally because of the Morocco scandal. Brandi has been in hiding and isolating for 2 years. She admitted, "I was in misery, not wanting to share what was going on with anyone and not wanting to see anyone." The woman who was once the life of the party, the pot stirrer, the drama queen, has become a recluse who can't afford medical treatment and is struggling severely. This isn't entertainment anymore. This is a genuine mental health crisis. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out to a mental health professional or crisis helpline for support. As if Brandi's situation wasn't complicated enough, in February 2024, her legal team accused Andy Cohen of inappropriate behavior. According to court filings, Andy sent Brandi a video in 2022 where he appeared obviously inebriated and made inappropriate comments about another Bravo star while inviting her to watch via FaceTime. Andy responded on X, formerly Twitter. The video shows Kate Chastain and I very clearly joking to Brandi. It was absolutely meant in jest. And Brandi's response clearly communicated she was in on the joke. That said, it was totally inappropriate and I apologize. So, Andy admitted the video was totally inappropriate but claimed it was a joke. Brandi's legal team stated, "Ms. Glanville herself has been a victim of inappropriate behavior at Bravo by none other than Andy Cohen." They positioned Brandi as someone who's been used and taken advantage of by NBC, Bravo, Warner Brothers, and Shed Media. The statement continued, "Glanville has always been nothing less than a loyal soldier for NBC. That is partly because for many years, Bravo has been dangling carrots to keep Ms. Glanville in line." Translation: Bravo kept promising Brandi opportunities if she behaved the way they wanted on camera. And when she did, they abandoned her. Here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say. Brandi is partly responsible for her own downfall. An insider told Radar Online she was given every opportunity to succeed at Bravo, but instead she self-sabotaged every single time. No one is responsible for her downfall more than Brandi. At some point, it's not bad luck, it's a pattern. And the facial parasite situation? While the mystery illness is real and tragic, Brandi's decision to blame Bravo, self-medicate with Nair, and refuse to accept medical opinions that it's bacterial or fungal shows poor judgment. She named the alleged parasite Caroline to mock Caroline Manzo. That's not the behavior of someone taking their medical crisis seriously, that's someone lashing out. Brandi Glanville's downfall is one of the most complete and tragic in Real Housewives history. She's been accused of inappropriate behavior so serious that an entire season of Ultimate Girls Trip was canceled. Bravo lost millions. Brandi was blacklisted from the network. She's dealing with a mystery facial illness that's been destroying her for over 2 years. Her face has melted away. She's lost 5 teeth. She experiences constant drainage and pain. She's spent over $113,000 on medical bills and is completely broke. She can't afford the treatment that actually works. She hasn't worked in 2 years. She's isolated and alone. She's self-medicating with Nair hair removal cream, giving herself chemical burns. She's treating those burns holistically instead of seeking professional help. Fans worry she has delusional parasitosis. She revealed she struggled mentally for 6 months after the Morocco allegations. She's been hiding and isolating, refusing to socialize or see anyone. She accused Andy Cohen of inappropriate behavior. Her legal team says she's been used and taken advantage of by Bravo. But insiders say she's responsible for her own downfall through self-sabotage. And through it all, Brandi refuses to take full responsibility. She blames producers. She blames Bravo. She blames Caroline Manzo. She even blames Bravo for causing her mystery illness. But at some point, you have to own your choices. You have to admit when you've crossed lines. You have to accept medical opinions from multiple doctors instead of insisting you know better. Brandi was once one of Bravo's biggest stars. Love her or hate her, she made great television. She was messy, unfiltered, and entertaining. But that came at a cost. The drinking, the inappropriate behavior, the boundary violations, they eventually caught up with her. And now, Brandi is broke, sick, isolated, and blacklisted. Her face is disfigured. Her career is over. Her mental health is in crisis. This isn't schadenfreude. This is genuinely sad because Brandi needs help. Real professional help, medical help, mental health help, financial help. But instead of getting that help, she's posting TikToks about using Nair to kill a parasite that doctors say probably doesn't exist. That's the tragedy of Brandi Glanville, a woman who had everything, lost it all, and still can't see how. She contributed to her own downfall. Do you think Brandi will ever recover? Should Bravo have done more to help her? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the darkest stories in reality TV, smash that subscribe button because trust me, this story is far from over. This was the complete breakdown of Brandi Glanville's downfall, and it's worse than anyone realized.